Music has always been more than background noise in my life. It has been a silent teacher, a comforter, and a memory keeper. From childhood to adulthood, songs have followed me through different stages of growth, locking emotions into moments and preserving them in a way nothing else can. One of the most powerful qualities of music is its ability to act like a time machine. A single melody can pull you back decades in an instant. You don't just remember the moment, you feel it again. The smells, the sights, the emotions all return as if they never left. This is especially true during childhood, when the mind is still forming, before beliefs harden and habits set in. Music slips past logic and plants ideas directly into the emotional core. It shapes how we feel about love, safety, connection, and even ourselves. As I get older, I notice how deeply early music influenced my emotional blueprint. The songs I absorbed when I was young didn't just entertain me. They taught me what tenderness felt like, what longing meant, and how romance was supposed to feel. That realization forced me to look at today's music differently. Not with nostalgia, but with concern. Because what enters the mind early doesn't leave easily. And what we feed the next generation will shape the future, whether we admit it or not. Music trains the mind by repetition, not in the obvious way, but subtly. Over time, lyrics become beliefs, and rhythms become emotional habits. Just like structured training reshapes behavior, constant exposure to certain messages reshapes values. When music carries warmth, patience, vulnerability, and care, it teaches people how to feel those things. It encourages emotional openness. It normalizes affection, loyalty, and connection between people. But when music is built on disrespect, domination, and emotional detachment, it teaches those traits just as effectively. It slowly strips away empathy and replaces it with transaction. Relationships stop being about bonding and start being about use. This shift didn't happen overnight. It came quietly. Little by little, music moved away from storytelling and emotional depth and towards shock value and raw impulse. As that happened, the emotional tone of relationships changed too. Many people today struggle to open up. Vulnerability feels unsafe. Romance feels unrealistic. Emotional investment feels like a liability instead of a strength. These are not random outcomes. They are learned responses. When young minds are flooded with messages that reduce people to bodies, statues, or utility, they internalize that view. Over time, they stop seeing others as partners and start seeing them as resources. This creates emotional distance even when people are physically close. A community cannot thrive under those conditions. Strong families require emotional respect. Strong relationships require patience and empathy. Without those qualities, bonds weaken, trust breaks down, and isolation becomes normal. The damage doesn't just show up in relationships, it shows up in mental health, Loneliness increases. Anxiety rises. People feel disconnected even while being constantly entertained. The soul starves while the senses are overloaded. When love becomes transactional, hope fades. When emotion is mocked, people shut down. And when connection is treated as weakness, society loses its glue. Music alone did not cause this shift, but it played a major role. What we repeat becomes familiar. What becomes familiar becomes normal. And what becomes normal becomes accepted, even when it is harmful. Music matters because it reaches places logic cannot. It bypasses defenses and speaks directly to emotion. That makes it powerful, but also dangerous when misused. We were never meant to live emotionally detached lives. Humans are social by design. We are built to bond, to care, and to lean on each other during hard times. When culture teaches emotional coldness, people suffer silently. They desire connection, but don't know how to reach out for it anymore. That contradiction creates frustration, anger, and hopelessness. The path forward begins with awareness. We must question what we consume and what we allow to shape us and our children. Emotional health does not grow by accident. It must be protected. Reclaiming music that nurtures the soul is not about going backward. It's about choosing depth over noise and meaning over impulse. If we want stronger relationships, healthier minds, and a future built on unity, we must restore respect for emotional influence. Because what we feed the heart today determines what we become tomorrow. And I feel so strongly about that. Because when I wrote those words this morning, it was after a few songs had popped in my head, and it took me back and made me realize how sweet those times were, how connected we were. The one song that triggered me off was by a person, and I hope I'm getting the last name spelled right. I'll probably put this on my LANCESCURV X page so you can actually see the video. It was a song by Maria Mulder. I don't know if that's the proper pronunciation, but you'll see what it is. And the song is Midnight at the Oasis. Midnight at the Oasis, send your camel to bed. That was out maybe about 73, 74. I'm leaning toward 1973. In 1973, I was about 10 years old, and I can remember riding in the van with my father in Brooklyn as he attended to different business stops. And that song came on the radio, and it was just so magical to me. And at some point, the way that she sung with conviction, like she was singing to someone, and the words that she said in an abstract way let me know that she cared for that person. And I saw or really heard, actually, there weren't music videos back then, only live performances that you'd see or performances on music shows. But that helped to cement how I saw romance, how I saw love between a man and a woman, how you as a man are supposed to be the protector. You're supposed to satisfy her. And when I say satisfy her, fellas, don't just think the one way. You're supposed to be nurturing and caring and in the love of the whole thing, which was real love. Because to me, 95% of the songs in that day, and that's a lowball figure, it was about love. Even if it was about a breakup, it was about love. And it was such a sweet, sweet time when you would go to parties, house parties, and you would slow dance with a woman. You were close to her, bodies pressed together, but it wasn't a sexual vibe. It was about the intimacy, true intimacy and emotion If you were interested in this young lady, I'm speaking as a man, you felt those sparks, that electricity. It was beautiful. But now when you go to a party, if they even have house parties anymore, from all of the gun violence and shooting places up and fighting and stabbing, but if they even did have it now, I believe that you'd see visuals of the women bent over, spread eagle, and the guys gripping their hips and standing behind them and grinding. They might as well just have sex on the dance floor. But that's what it's become. The mindset behind the music. Transactional relationships. Some of the women, I'm not saying all of them, they're looking to see what they can get out of the man without doing something. Let me see how far I can go and if I can get a little money. They start asking for things. Don't even know, just taking liberties. Buy me this and get me that. And the men these days, they see women as only a sperm receptacle, a glorified friction provider. That's my own original coin term. So if you hear it anywhere else, it's me that made that up. A glorified friction provider. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. We have no connection. I'm not seeking a connection. I just want you to provide friction so I can release myself and move on. And if I see you in the supermarket or in the street or anywhere the next day, I'm going to act like I don't know you. That's the mentality that we have today. You can't approach these young ladies today generally out of a feeling of being interested to get to know them, to lay a foundation based on love. Love is corny to these people. Love has no purpose. It's to me, the music and the whole total entertainment world, through what you see, has permeated into the minds of the younger folks and some of us who are older. Society is completely different now. And like I said on another video, when you break apart the man and the woman, the male and the female, and they start seeing each other different than what the Creator intended for them to see in each other, you now proactively break down the family. And if you break down the family, there's no hope for a community. And this is what's happening as a society for us today. Some of us get it. Some of us understand. But my generation is getting older and older, and there'll be people, most of them will be gone. Transition. Who can hold on to this? So kudos to those who reject that type of music and don't let the children hear it. They're going to hear it anyway, but lay a foundation and explain to them what this music will do to you. Not that you just want to push on to them old school music, but play it in your home. Let them hear that. If you're married in a relationship, let them see how affectionate that you can be to each other instead of just arguing. And yes, I know we have pressures in the world and things that happen. But the bottom line, if you have a disagreement, take it behind closed doors in your bedroom, or not even in the bedroom. You don't want to bring that space in the bedroom. Go sit in the car, take a drive, go somewhere else, work it out. Don't scream, don't take it personal, but don't let the children see it. Let that home be a foundation for healthy relationships, healthy outlooks on relationships, that all women are not bitchs and hoes. See? Teach your daughters how to find a good man who is not there just for one thing, but for the long haul. Music has really changed us. And like I said in the subtitle, why modern music is changing how we love and connect. But this is why people these days feel empty. Somebody out there, some entity, some force, and we know it's negative. They do not want us together. They don't like us living in peace and harmony. They feed off of anger. They feed off of fear. They feed off of us being uncomfortable, lacking, craving, but never getting. I'm so convinced of that. But if you think I'm crazy, it's okay. But I know what I know, what I know. Anyway, let me know what you think about this. I'm quite sure most of the old heads from my generation would agree. But this is also by design. This is not by chance. So we have to listen to the people that we need to listen to independently, who may not have the big contracts or the big deals to get pushed everywhere on every radio station, and go back to when music was about love and entertainment was really about entertainment. These days, you can't even take your children to the movies because you're scared of what you might see. See, we have the power to change that back. Even if we don't change the whole society, on our watch as parents over our children, we have the power to not let this stuff permeate and set a foundation so that when they are exposed to it, they know exactly what they're looking at. I'm going to end it right here. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and let's continue this dialogue. LANCESCURV out. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. I'm on to the next one. Peace.